Hey Crusaders, I hope you're ready for week 5 of NTI. We are continuing our journey of the Louisville Loop. Our hike this week takes us to the parklands of Floyd's Fork, where we visit Broad Run Park. I believe this is one of the most wheelchair friendly parks there are in the parklands, so this is a great spot for us to explore. During this time of year, the park is covered in these tall yellow flowers, which are a type of sunflower called a sawtooth sunflower. It's really amazing how big they are this time of year and how vibrantly yellow. This isn't where I began the trail though. I actually began the trail at the first parking lot past the bridge when you enter, and that's a good parking lot to start from. It's where the paddling access is, and you can see it's right near the bridge. So there's a really nice loop of the Louisville Loop and another trail that you can do that kind of starts in this parking lot and ends in this parking lot as well. So we'll actually begin heading towards the right on the Louisville Loop side of the trail at mile marker 54.6. And the first thing I notice over here is a different type of yellow flower. It's actually the late goldenrod, which is our state flower. The goldenrod and the yellow sunflowers may be very tall and very yellow, but they have a very different texture. It's fun to compare them on this hike. Other flowers that we saw along the way, a coneflower that was still hanging on from summer, and these really pretty aster flowers that are a little bit smaller than the other flowers we see on this hike. Here you can see how small they are compared to a honeybee. As we continue walking along, you will see a couple other hiking trails on our walk. This one stays very flat and easy to navigate, but there's also the Karst Climb Trail, which is more for hiking and biking, and it's labeled as more difficult, has an orange trail marker. We decided that probably wouldn't be good for pushing a stroller, so we continued along the Louisville Loop to see where this trail would take us. And I was really excited to see right off the side of the trail was a really beautiful oyster mushroom. These are some of my favorite to find. Oh, we were careful not to run over this little caterpillar that was crawling along the trail. That caterpillar will one day turn into a beautiful moth. Just up the way, we came across our next trail marker, which was mile 55. Although we didn't see many of these, there were still some teasel along the side of the trail from our previous hikes in the parklands. Just up a little bit further, the trail intersects the road at this point, and there is a private residence to the right side, and then you'll see a fence and some cattails, and it'll be time to turn to the left and cross the road. Remember to stop and look both ways before you cross. Make sure there are no cars coming along the trail. Most of the time, if there are, they will slow down for you. If you don't want to cross the road at this point, you can turn around and go back to the parking lot, or you have the option to do the loop like we did that takes you around the playground and over to the area known as the Greens Ward. We were able to see the beautiful sunflowers from there. It is on the back edge of the playground, so you'll see where the playground's closed. On this particular day, it was really cloudy, so I wanted to show you some pictures of the clouds from our trip. And then we went and took the Louisville Loop south to go back towards the parking lot. So there'll be an option to go the way you came or go another way along more close to Floyd's Fork, which is the way we chose to go, and that follows along the big field of yellow flowers, which is a good photo opportunity if you have a camera handy and want to snap some pictures of your hiking buddy. As we were walking along this path, there were so many crickets and grasshoppers all along this trail. They were just leaping off of the path as we were walking along. If you walked off the path a little bit in the grass, you could see them jumping up into the taller flowers, and if you walked too quickly up on them, they would jump right into your hands. So there's a picture of one on the ground and one in our hands that had jumped up there. As you end that walk, you will see another trail called the Riparian Ramble Trail. It actually goes right next to Floyd's Fork if you decide to take that trail at some point. It's around mile marker 54.5, which is on the side of the bridge opposite of the parking lot. On the other side of Floyd's Fork, there is some construction going on, so you may hear some sounds of construction equipment. Decide not to take the south part of the trail and go back the way you came. You will simply cross the road and go back across that private drive to the area that we started our walk with, and actually went back on a second day and did a live hike for this. And on this day it was really sunny and there were no clouds in the sky, so it was kind of nice to see it on a day when it was cloudy and also on a day when it was sunny. Don't forget to check the weather before you go hiking and maybe dress in layers so you can wear whatever is appropriate for any weather changes you may experience. And that's all for today, guys. Thanks for coming on my hike with me again.